at the start, or just keep it like this, keep it natural, and just let it flow. I think it's so refreshing to have this time just to be able to chat and wear normal clothes and like.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't get to do that, so even just seeing all this, I think is really good and important for me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
But it is exciting to have Soma back, so I think we need to make a thing about having Soma back. You know, like
I've always been here. I'm just
but we've missed
a little
you.
quiet. Yeah.
Well, I think that's like when you are doing virtual training, it can get really lonely.
Yeah.
Especially
So even more so in lockdown. So even you reaching out, Soma, and reconnecting is like a new connection for us, and it's really nice.
Oh, I love that. No, seriously, like how quiet I've been, even if it feels like we haven't really spoken for a good few months. Every time I see a post on Instagram or something or a story, I listen, like the fattest smile on my face. Like it just makes me happy that you guys are still like doing it, you know, and the consistency is so key, man. And this is what I always try and tell people, like if you're trying to reach your own, whatever your goal may be, like you have to be consistent with it. And so like your goal is like your business, and so you want to make sure that people are like they know like what you guys are about, so you're consistent with like being present online. So that's what it's all about as well.
And actually Tom and I had a massive row this week about connecting with people, and I was like, on average I think it takes between 4 and 5 touch points to make somebody do something. And First Step Fitness is all about helping people physically and mentally. So as a business, on average, we have to reach one person 5 times for us to help them.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's a lot. So that's a lot. Either it might be an Instagram post, it might be a text message, it might be a phone call, it might be for this, whatever it is. We have to reach people 5 times for us to help them. And that's a lot of touch points. So that's why the consistency for us has always been so important, because it is ultimately just us trying to help get people stronger mentally and physically, and that's it. But they never come to you without those 5 touch points first.
But it's not just on their way either. It's making sure that the journey is enjoyable, and you know that's what needs to motivate them, that they come to us and they know they're going to have a good time. They know they're going to smile when they open our Insta post. Like, so hearing that is like music to my ears. Like, that's exactly what we want to be associated with. And I think as long as we are enjoying it and getting some sort of social, which is really difficult during lockdown, but I think we've done amazingly at some sort of social feeling of, you know, togetherness.
3,000%, 100%.
They're the 2 main motivators for any behaviour, is enjoyment and social, you know, reinforcement. So.
And everybody else out there, i.e. our friend Mr. Joe Wicks, body coach, everyone, boo, and I shouldn't say that, he's a hero, he's helping so many people, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, no.
But so many, there's so many people out there giving or providing virtual training support for the whole fitness industry. And it's great. And I think the whole industry has had to shake up and step up to provide and change to continue to evolve in this crazy time. And as these apps and the celebrity trainers are dropping this virtual offering, the element that is missing, I personally feel, is that one-on-one connection still. That real life, these trainers are actually human. They feel it too. It's not just about downloading a piece of content and training yourself. It's about that connection. And that is what First Step Fitness will never, ever, ever, ever lose, because that is what we are all about. And we would rather have 10 clients and help them properly than 1,000 clients just dibbly-dabbling along. And that is why I think, I don't personally think you can get, I mean, you guys are brainiacs in this department, so you will probably quote me wrong and tell me wrong, but I don't believe you can create a connection in the virtual space without that one-on-one personable experience. So all these apps out there that are providing content for 1 million+ subscribers, it's impossible to achieve. And I don't think that type of providing that option will ultimately give people a positive mindset, because that connection is missing. That human connection is missing.
Well, I think you're very much, because we've been conditioned now to work with people that have taken their first step. So it's like they really need that person to hold their hand. There's a lot of people that we know that will go to the gym that won't ever speak to us, that we work at the gym. They'll just come, do their thing and leave. Like, they don't need us. They don't need, they know what they're doing, and they just need, just want that app to follow the program. But they're just at a different stage of their training. And I think what our strengths are more suited to those that are first coming into the industry, don't want to be intimidated by it, don't know where to start, and just want somebody to make them smile and show them, point them in the right direction.
It's about like who the clients relate to most. If they relate more to like you, Tom, or like they relate more to like Joe Wicks, you know what I mean? Like, or they relate more to me. Like, that's what the clients will always go to. All we can really do is just show us and our own personality and see who they attract, which one they like.
We've been that in the gyms that we've worked in together. Like, we're all so different, and you just look at our clients and you can see it's almost like dating. It's like you attract a certain type of person.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly, and it's really important to show that personality.
Yeah, but not to lose. Like Rachel's always said to me from day one, like, stick with your tribe. Or is it your vibe?
Know your vibe, and your tribe will follow.
Yeah, don't conform. Don't try and be like that trainer, because it's called personal training, because they want to see you, because of the personality, how you personally train. And I think the day that you lose that, je ne sais quoi, or whatever you have that no one else has, that's
yeah, definitely.
So
what do you guys think about, what's your opinion on the virtual offering for the masses that loses that human, personable connection? Do you think that is ultimately going to achieve healthy body, healthy mind?
I think like these bigger ones have always been about anyway. Like, even when we were training in the gym, I remember like 5 years ago when I first started, and I was like, oh, hey, you want to start PT with me? And they're like, no, I've already got a PT. And I can see like it's online, that girl Kayla Intis.
Oh yeah, the Australian chick.
Yeah, so she was popping. She was really, really popping, and I'm like, wow. But then eventually, again, like, it's so great because you pay something ridiculous like £10. I have no idea what she charges, but let's say you pay like £10, but you're guaranteed like a 4-day workout. You're guaranteed like some recipes. You're guaranteed all of this stuff. But then it's just about how they can keep you motivated. But then after a while, people fall off these things and want something, like you said, more personal anyway. So that's where we jump in.
I think the word is accountable. Yeah. I think with these big, were you about to say that?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I learned that from you.
Yeah. So, yeah. But honestly, so my classes I'm training at the moment are 6:30 in the morning, right? That is early doors. So when that alarm goes off, it's like 5:45. It's dark. It's cold in the UK. Life out there is shit at the moment because we're in a lockdown. You don't get to see people. It becomes very lonely. It becomes very intimate.
Yeah.
And when I turn on that screen, there is all these faces looking at me, and they all say the same thing. I need this accountability to get me here. I need to see you. I need to know that you're going to be looking back at me saying, oh, morning, Soma, morning, Tom. Well, don't forget and hit 6:30, because otherwise they won't. And they won't open that app on their phone to do their 4 workouts a week and look at the nutrition, unless there's someone there going, hello.
Yeah. Expecting them to be there as well, not just, like logging on and just watching. So they're there waiting.
And it helps them here. It helps them here just as much as it helps them here.
Totally.
Because there's people out there now that see nobody, and probably won't do till March. But that's insane. Like, no human contact.
I know. It's so sad. But yeah, I think like these bigger apps and these guys that attract like hundreds of thousands of people, that competition's always been there. And like our industry is mad anyway. Like, it's so like saturated. I hate it when people say that about it anyway, but because you got to be you in it. And we're look, man, we've all created like the sickest business for like over 5 years. We've only been really doing our personal training stuff, and we're able to keep it going. We're able to like make decent money from it, income, live life,
and change people for the better. That's what I love, when you actually see people that have gone, you've actually really helped. It's like,
yeah. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, the best progresses and stuff. Yeah.
And sometimes I need to remind myself of that. Sometimes when you get caught up in it all and you think, actually, there's people here watching these classes really benefiting from them. Like, that's what's important. It doesn't matter that I messed up the words or said the wrong thing or tripped over or whatever. Like,
but that's what they like. They like it when
yeah, they love that shit. They love that stuff.
I'm like, oh, guys, all right, bring your feet up. And then I'm like, no, wait, your hands up. And then it's
that's not an ankle.
Exactly. It's so, they love it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really proud.
It's probably why we've done well, Rachel.
Yeah, well, all of us have.
All those mistakes.
And I think there's, I also think there's quite a lot of, I think the fitness industry before lockdown was having a bit of a shake up anyway. So if you look back, because obviously I'm a lot older than you two little spring chickens, so I've been around for a lot longer, and I've seen these trends come because I've been in the gym environment. Huh?
Back in my day,
we all did step aerobics. So Jane Fonda and Mr. Motivator, like that is how I started my fitness journey. And it's really interesting to see the trends. And the word HIIT, which is my absolute love of fitness, that's what I will always train in some form personally. In some form or other, I will always be doing HIIT. And I always was doing HIIT. I just didn't realise it was called HIIT back when I was 15, 16. And it's interesting to see how the fitness industry, if you wind back like a couple of years, the type of gyms that were popping up were very boutiquey, very expensive. The quality of training was sound, and the experience was ace. But they realised, like a couple of years ago, that it wasn't just about the physical benefit. Like the shift moved from like big, cheap warehouse group training to kite styling, like boxing, kite clubs, into this higher end area. So gyms like Soul Cycle popping up, Equinox, One Rebel, all this like boutiquey high end 120 quid a month jobby type membership. But what you bought into there was the experience and the environment, because the fitness industry realized that there was money to be made dealing with this experience vibe as well as the physical element. So that was great, but they are physical spaces. And as you come into Corona lockdowns and people realizing that they don't need to spend this amount of money to go into the virtual space, I think the next area is going to come is where it's a blend of that experience and the physical element, but in the virtual space. And unless the fitness industry can get that element right, in terms of still providing that experience, one-on-one connection that people are willing to pay for and a lot of money, and the physical benefit of training, which has been around forever, that's where the next growth element is going to come. I think that's where what people are going to want. Because ultimately, if you get that right in the virtual space, you don't have to spend 120 quid a month, because the overheads for businesses and fitness individuals are so much less. So they don't have to charge you that amount of money to come in and have a little rave up on a spin bike with like scented air and cold towels and cold water. You can do all that at home, and you can do that for like 3 quid through the screen, just like Tom, rather than getting your ass up to Knightsbridge every Saturday morning. I think that's where it's going to go. But the connection element of it is the key, and providing an experience while you're training is what people want and what people are willing to pay for.
It's just such a big ask, isn't it, of people to, when you're in a gym environment, it's so much easier to feel like almost compete, and it motivates you just being in that space, in that energy. But to do it from home and still get those results takes a lot more self-determination, commitment. Even we found that with our training. I mean, in doing this, it's a lot easier to get away with it, because you haven't got the equipment, or you have to make that time, because no one's really watching or checking up on you. So that, I think, is why people are initially put away from virtual. But then, and
does it not break your heart as well? Like when you hear, it's like this week, especially in the UK, Soma, it's been like my phone has gone nuts with mums in my position, working mums at home, homeschooling children with husbands that are working as well in a small space. It is like literally full on, like the stress fog is unreal. You have so much stuff going on because you are ultimately trying to be a mother, a teacher, an employee, a nurse, a cook, a cleaner, all at once. And even if you didn't sleep for the 24 hours, you still would not be able to deliver all of that stuff. You can't be a teacher for 6 hours to one child and a teacher to 6 hours to another child, and then do all the food shopping, and then do all the cooking, and then do an 8 hours work day, and then like literally give everything that is required. It's impossible. You add it all up in terms of hours, it doesn't work in a 24-hour day, let alone a 12-hour day. And everyone is like literally at home like, fuck, this is the situation till March. Like this is just not feasible. It's not feasible. And everyone is remembering how tough the first lockdown was. Plus it's cold, so you can't even go outside.
Yeah.
Massive problem. My response to everybody is, I hear you, I'm in the same boat. The only thing that got me through this week was training at 6:30 in the morning, where it was just me and my body and my training friends, good tunes. And I'm telling you, I turned on that laptop and I was like, how am I going to get through the day? Just 45 minutes. It's all it is, 45 minutes for yourself. Clears that stress fog. It clears those head demons. It makes you see clearly. And then the day suddenly becomes manageable. And yes, as it gets harder, as the day goes on, that stress fog can creep back in and the head demons do creep back in. And there's always going to be hard times. But it is easier to deal with for some reason if you take that time to train early. And I don't understand why. There must be science behind it. I don't understand why. Yeah, okay. But it works, and it's been my best weapon against like my best defense weapon in terms of taking on the day was my training in the morning. And I literally just sat there and reached out to all the people that I knew in my same situation and was like, honestly, it's like a magic pill that you take. I don't understand what it is, but it clears it all from your head, and then suddenly you have a clear start to your day, and everything is like, yeah, I can take the world on, no problem.
Do you know why they
say...
What
is the science? Why? How does it work?
There are 2 reasons how exercise can decrease your stress anxiety levels.
Yeah.
So they don't really know whether it's because of the distraction, because you're basically made not to think about it for half an hour, 45 minutes, because I'm constantly telling you need to do this, you need to do that. So mentally, you can't do both things. You can't be stressed about that and be thinking about doing 10 burpees. So you think about the burpees, therefore your mind is no longer thinking about that stressful event and is processing it subconsciously while you're doing all your exercise. Well, so by the time you come back to dealing with that issue, you're refreshed, you come back to it with the new set, clean eyes, and you're more able to deal with the situation because you're not clouded by that fog. Yeah. But then the other argument is that it's used in a way that we're stressed, so we go to exercise to then let it out, in a way that's productive. So we go to relieve the stress as opposed to distract ourselves from the stressful event. But either way, it's a positive benefit, so it's a win-win situation. Okay.
How does it make you feel like, so before that fog is lifted, I say I have 10 tasks to do by 9 a.m. I feed the kids, set them up on their Zoom calls, clean the house, put dishwasher on. So I've got 10 tasks, whatever they are, and I know I've got to get those done before 9 o'clock. Before I train, I'm like, oh, I've got these things to do, there's 10 of them, oh my God, I'm never going to achieve it. Then after I train, I'm like, bish, bash, bosh, 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 done. Normally by 8:30. How is that even possible? What changes in my mind for that to then have that output?
Blood that's flowed through all of your nerve, through your brain, through everything's been pumped up now, so everything's working at super speed. When you first wake up, it's going to be like, whoa, everything's a bit sluggish, and like, whoa, you start thinking about what you got to do, and it's like.
Well, so that's adrenaline, right? That's adrenaline.
It just hormones, everything's pumping around once you start exercising. So it's going to make your brain activity a lot sharper, clearer thinking. And just make you feel more, and you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to be more self-confident, body confident initially straight away. So you're going to feel more confident about achieving anything. So with that in mind, the tasks no longer feel as daunting.
I think that's a really key point, actually, that body image thing, because right now people are coming out of Christmas bloat.
Yeah.
So we know most of our clients come to us in January because they're like, oh, I feel so gross. I've eaten over Christmas. I've been out of the party scene. I've drunk too much. I've eaten too much. Please help me. So I think people are struggling with that at the same time as the lockdown jobs to do in one day. that is why right now we have to be out there helping people, because there's going to be people that they're getting it from both angles, right? Up here, the Christmas,
the new year, like
craziness.
with any new year, it's that mental, like, a new page, new book, or whatever, new chapter. And you kind of take stock and go, okay, now's a good. I don't know what it is about the 1st of January. I guess it is just the start of the year, isn't it? It's just another day, but like, it really does motivate people to change. But it's just maintaining that motivation. That's the problem.
Like last night, I threw my mobile phone across the kitchen because I was on Instagram scrolling, and then very influential celebrities who people listen to were on there doing things like. So, there was one lady. I'm not going to name any names.
Name the name.
No, I'm not. So I actually really like her. I think she's really cool. But she pulled up. So there was this image of her putting on her summer shorts, and they were like got stuck at her thighs, so she couldn't get on her summer shorts. She's like, I put on a stone in the last 3 weeks. I'm going to blitz this stone. I'm not going to like give up. I'm going to keep on going. And there was all like these images of her when she was a stone lighter in the summer, which was not healthy. The images did not look healthy. I know what it takes to have a healthy body, and that was not healthy. That was just like borderline starvation. I'm like, there's people in this world right now that don't need to see those images and don't need to hear that you think now with your size 0 shorts over your beautiful thighs and tight, tiny tummy is not good enough. That is
the road to happiness.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about that? Surely that's more damaging for people right now. Surely.
Yeah, but imagine that, like, when I over like this year, it's the first time I've ever looked into like marketing. How do I market myself better? And then like, so marketing is a way of like, you have to make people feel a type of way. So now if I'm looking at those images feeling shit, I'm still going to that lady. I'm still going to go and follow her and be like, okay, cool. I'm still attracted to her because she's made me feel a type of way about myself. Even though I don't realize it's damaging to me, it's made me feel a type of way. So now I'm more likely to keep going on her Instagram to keep getting that, like, okay, now what can I do then to like become like her, like be like her? You know what I mean?
The journey that she wants you to go on in order to.
Yeah, so it's just like, because it's made me feel a type of way, maybe I don't recognize it being a damaging feeling. You know what I mean? Like maybe I don't recognize it as being damaging, but she's made me feel a type of way, like, oh wow, she used to be like this. That's me. Oh, actually, you know what? Look at the size of me. I've gained a lot of weight as well. So yeah, me and her relate. So it's just, I hate that sort of marketing where it's like, it's really negative and people just don't see how damaging it can be to their minds.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't agree with it at all. But unfortunately, like when we look at like billboards and like look at things that surround us, really, even in the shops, like the way like the mannequins are set up or whatever it may be, like we're always like they're always giving us that unhealthy image, and like we have to look like this, we have to look like this person, we have to achieve these goals in this amount of time.
Soma, what would you say?
That definitely goes for boys as well as girls. I think girls always get but for a guy in the gym looking at someone with abs, or we constantly get that drilled into us. So it works on both sexes, but no one really tends to focus on the guys.
Yeah.
So Tom, what would you say? So Tom and Soma, question to both of you. What would you say to one of your clients or friend, say it's a friend or a family member that you think might have seen some damaging social content in the last few days of people saying that they look fat or feel fat and they're not actually fat or buff, whatever it might be. But like, say they've seen some content, they're like, if they're saying that, then gosh, I'm in a really bad place. Yeah. How would you pull someone out of that awful mindset?
Well, go on. Do you want to go, Sarah?
What would you say to them?
I'd say, well, it depends on 9 times out of 10, you can come straight back with the fact that they're completely different body types, body shapes to what they are. So you can't, it's like comparing a horse to a mouse. Like you can't do it because they're completely different. They're built differently, you know what I mean? So it's like you're comparing 2 different things that aren't able to be compared. And then you add on all, like, if it's anything to do with, social media or anything like that, you don't even know if you're looking at a real image, an edited image, photoshopped image. Like, even right now I'm airbrushed on this, so that's only Zoom.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm really in my pajamas. You just can't say.
At least you haven't got your...
Well, yeah, I'm not lifting up my legs. But yeah, so you can't trust the image anyway. You don't know where the content's come from. But then, you know, let's just say, for example, somebody comes into the gym, so they see them in person and they go, look, how can you look like that? And I can't look like that. Then you can go into genetics. You can go into like 9 times out of 10, this client isn't really committing 100%. You know, they think they are. They may genuinely believe they are, but they're not. So that's what our job is, to bring that out of them, to, you know, motivate that out of them. And that comes with time, and it comes with, you know, comes with patience, but it's also about learning to enjoy the journey. That's what I'll do it's not about looking like that. I don't like it when a client comes to me and says, I've got this wedding or I've got whatever. It's like, oh, great, but you're not really what I'm about. Like, I'm about building a bigger, you know, enjoying the process of becoming a healthier individual and happier individual. Because I love the process. That's the thing. I don't go to the gym to look. I'm not necessarily aiming for one specific goal and then I'm done. I'm just going to walk away. No, I love this industry because every day might be different. I might not be up, or I might be down, but it doesn't matter, because whatever that journey is, I'm enjoying it. And that's what's key. And that's what I'm trying to instill on every of my clients.
Love it.
So what would you say?
Yeah, I'm the same though. When someone comes to me with like their like aesthetic goals, straight away I'm always like, yeah, but why? Why do you want to look like that? What is it? Like, what's going on? What is the actual reason? But then you know what? And I'm just like, all right, cool. We'll come back to that in like 3 weeks time. Let's train for a couple of times a week. And in 3 weeks time, let's reassess that goal and let's see if that's still your goal. And then in 3 weeks time, they're like, oh, like I'm sleeping better. Like all my work, like my colleagues are telling me like I'm so much happier at work. I'm not shouting at my boss no more. What's going on? Like me and my partner are like having such a good relationship, you know. I'm feeling better with my friends, like, and then I'm just like, yeah. Because if I had told that person 3 weeks beforehand, like, okay, no, so we're gonna change that because you like, but then anyway, but yeah, after 3 weeks, they come to realize that actually, you know what, it's the feeling that exercise gives me, the reason why I want to carry on, and anyway, that motivation is what keeps people going, you know, because you want to sleep better at night. Who doesn't? So I need to jump around a little bit to like get some energy out, and then all of a sudden I sleep better. And once you sleep better, the benefits from that are so many.
And there's nothing that you can do. You can't buy that. You can't take a pill for that. You can't, even if you took 1,000 different pills for sleeping, weight loss, steroids, even if you put this concoction together, you still would not be able to feel the way that motivation makes you feel. Exactly. That is amazing. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, 100%. And if you want that quick fix, like I hate it so much. And when people just want to like a quick thing, like you want to look like certain way and very quickly, and it's just like, all right, I can see how that person's lost so much weight in 4 weeks, but I'm sorry, but we're not going to get there, because in 4 weeks time, like you're in after like 8 weeks after that, you're just going to put it back on. It's not healthy. We need to figure out a way, a routine that works for you. This stuff always takes time. You know, these things always take time. And like these before and after pictures, like transformation pictures, like the ones that just tell you like that, oh yeah, I've lost this weight in like two months, like 2 weeks even. Well, it's just ridiculous time frame, you know. And it's just like, okay, now I would love to see a picture of that person to see if they've been able to maintain that body now. You know what I mean? And like people can't help but compare like that.
Like I can stand up right now and do like a belly out, belly in, you know, like
yeah, exactly.
All of those are so
yeah, 100%. And it's important for people to understand why there's transformation pictures out there. People originally use that for their own progress, and this is a great way. It's a really important way to like take your before and take your after, because seeing the picture it's important for you to keep up with that motivation, to make sure like you're keeping up with like your goals. Maybe it's something's not working, you need to work on something else, or actually it's worked really well, like let's keep this one up and blah blah blah. However, using it as like a way to like be like, I was able to do this in 2 weeks, you should be able to do the same, you know. Like if you use my booty building workout for the next 14 days, you're ass is going to grow to like my size. No, it's not.
Yeah, I know.
And if it does, say I've had clients that have steroids and stuff. All it's doing is giving them that quick fix. Is giving them a word, like not a proper view of what they are, like a misconception of what their body actually looks like. So then now they're trying to aspire to something that's not actually.
And you know what? It's not even people's fault. It's not even like I'm not even angry at people that think like this way, because you can't help it. The society is shaped in this way for us to all feel like this. I feel like this so often. Sometimes like there'll be some days when I'm like, I shouldn't be looking like this. Like I'm a fitness instructor. Come on, man, what's going on? I need to like look like other fitness professionals, and you know what I mean? But it's just like, no, we're all different. We all. It's not always about aesthetics. You know what I mean? It's more about like.
Tom says that to me all the time. He's like, "Babe, don't worry about it. It's relatable." I was like, "Don't hear that right now."
Yeah,
but you say that to me all the time. But it's true. It's just sometimes when your brain, your head demons don't let you see the truth. It's like that hazy, stressy fog, head demons chatting shit in your ear. But that is what people are having to deal with right now. And I think the body dysform. Yeah, that's it. That can occur when you see these images on social and in the big world. Just adds to that fog, and it's literally just finding something to blast that fog away that first time, and then the steps become easier.
It takes a lot of confidence to trust in yourself and know that they're just trying to knock you down to then build you up again. Like to know that, hold on, no, I don't need to be knocked down to, I know my worth already. That takes a lot, and it takes time. You've got to love yourself and learn how to love yourself. I think
everybody has bad days. Everybody has them. So clients have to realize that.
Exactly. And what's important about this actually is we're all so now when you went back to your routine, you decided that you stick to this 6:30 a.m. routine and how it's made you feel. You know what? Every day I'm dedicating myself, Monday to Friday, I'm going to wake up at 6:30 in the morning, regardless of how you feel now. Because you program that in your brain, it's going to happen. So now you've gone on socials that the night before and you feel like crap. You feel like, oh my God, what's going on? So it's like your motivation just goes, but then because you've stuck to this routine for yourself, and you've given yourself like your self-discipline, like, I have to do it. I'm committing myself to do it. You get your exercise in, and that's why you see your results. That's why you can like keep up with your fitness goals, whatever it may be. And that's what people need to understand. You need to just start to figure out a routine that works best for you and stick to it, because once you figure that routine, regardless of how you feel now, you're stuck to this routine. This routine works for you, and eventually you'll see the goals that you want to, rather than just trying to look for the motivation to keep you going. Yeah.
I've learned that. I've got one client in particular, just so you know, we've got 3 minutes left. I've got one client in particular, and he said to me before when I've texted him going, oh, I'm not feeling great. He's like, it doesn't, like, if you can make it, please just make it. And I just need to have that slot. Like, I don't worry about, we can just
accountable.
He's like, I'm not expecting you to do the exercise or anything with me if you don't feel up to it or whatever. And then I realized, oh my God, this is so much bigger than just, I don't feel very well. Like, I can be there because he needs me to be there, because this is his structure, and that's what really benefits him. So that was a big learning curve for me. So thank God for it.
By the way, if we all shut off and then come back on, it still works.
But the video will stop, won't it?
Yeah, the video will stop. But I'm saying if we wanted to carry on, we just cut it and then.
Well, I'm gonna when we come to the end, I'm just gonna summarize what we've just been talking about. I've been writing it down.
Right, we've got 2 minutes. I want to do it now.
Shall I do my summary now then? Okay.
If you get towards the end.
To chip in if I forget anything that you think is important that we've covered today. Right. So just to summarise. I know, I love it. So guys, just to summarise. So today you've had Mr. Tommy Macnally, PT, nutritionist, mental wellbeing coach. Woo! You've had Soma, I can't pronounce your surname, Donna, I'm so sorry.
Actually, it's all right, man. I don't know how to.
Who is the best sports therapist in the industry, and amazing lady when it comes to clients training, from everyday normal PTing, but also for specialist things. And then you've got me, then you've got Rachel Eagles, who's just basically a hit trainer. That's it. But what we've talked about, I'm going to get chucked off. What we've talked about today is ultimately finding.
Do the recap in a separate video, and then let's do that, and then I can bolt it on at the end.
No, wait, I love it. Let her carry on until it shuts off. Come on.
Okay, right. So today we've talked about your finding your own motivation. And if you find that, you can blitz those head demons and crazy stress fog away. And it might not be, to start with, it might not be the motivation that keeps you training and keeps you going. That might evolve. But whatever your motivation might be today, you've got to connect with that and make that motivation take that first step. And as soon as you take that first step on your journey, you're going to be fine. And things might evolve along the way, and habits may form, and you find your routine for you, but you have to connect with that motivation, use it to make that first step.
And enjoy the journey.
And enjoy the journey along the way, and just be up for it evolving. Yes, virtual training can help you with that, but you need to find the connection in terms of a personable approach, because that's what's going to maintain your training forever.
Yeah.
And ultimately, if you want that healthy body, healthy mind, virtual training can help. So use it. So thanks for tuning in, guys, to our weekly First Step Fitness podcast. This has been brought to you today by the lovely and amazing red-headed Tom Macnally, personal trainer extraordinaire, who also is the one to hook up for nutritional plans and wellbeing sessions. We also have the lovely Soma from Greece, spreading the love across the world.
Yeah.
And hands down, she is the best sports therapist trainer we have ever met. We rate her massively when it comes to, yes, one-on-one class training, personal training, but also working with clients who have scary injuries or have some form of physical ailment that scares them into training or prohibits that training. She is the one that will get you through that. So don't worry if you've got any injuries, because Soma is your girl and she will get you through all that.
Or if you need to learn English.
Yeah. Or about 5 other languages that she's learning.
Yeah, 6 languages.
Yeah. Me and Tom are obviously brother and sister. We met Soma. I met her for the first time a few years ago. She blew me away. And do you know how you first got my attention, Soma?
Girl crush.
Yeah, she's my girl crush. For your warm-up track on your spin classes.
Oh yeah. I
was like, this is a tune, and I still use it in my classes today.
Hey.
Oh, she'll hear a track and be like, oh, this is so Soma. And I'm like,
true that. But the reason why I connected with you straight away, Soma, is because you were real, and there was no fake bullshit that you see in these London gyms, and that's why I was like, she's ace. And then when I found out that you are qualified up to the eyeballs, it just made me love you even more. I was like, she's
so young.
She's so young. She knows all this shit that no one else knows in the industry, and she's real and relatable. I was like,
and doing good around the world.
And oh my gosh,
let's start, man. Cool, let's have a
podcast.
Come on.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway,
we'll come to that next.
She's amazing. But we've just done a little 45-minute podcast talking about the topic of healthy body, healthy mind, most specifically focusing on health psychology and the benefits of exercise, the benefits exercise can do upon your mental well-being. What we have chatted about today is everybody out there just needs to find their motivation to take that first step. Now, that motivation might be something like weight loss. It might be something like, I just feel really shitty right now. I need to feel better. But whatever that motivation is, understand it, grab it, and use it to make that first step in terms of virtual training. Now, that motivation may well change along your journey. Soma reckons that could change about within 1 to 3 weeks. But the key is to make that first step, create a habit forming training schedule that is accountable, that will get you there every single day, or whatever it might be in your training schedule, but make it accountable. And as long as you find a fitness company out there, And there's plenty of them because the industry's had to really shake up and step up to provide virtual offerings for everybody out there, whatever that might be. You find that, you train, you become accountable, you will enjoy your fitness journey to achieving that motivation. Form your habits, enjoy the journey, use virtual, find a company that will give you the physical and emotional connection, and you will achieve that healthy body, healthy mind.
Love it.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah. So I cover everything?
So one last little thing that you forgot to cover was you gave us the intro, but we didn't introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Skip on.
Now, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the top left corner, we have...
Actually, do you know...
been such great inspirations. Like, although we're all in the same industry, I've been really inspired by you guys so much this year, and just seeing that energy, seeing how you can provide so well to people, and I love the energy. That energy has not died down at all, and keep it going, man, because it's really inspiring. And even myself as a fitness trainer, I still want to see stuff like that. I'm really inspired by you guys just as much. So I'm sure your parents are as well. And I'm really excited for you guys. It's wicked. And me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I have you guys around me, innit? Because I around you guys, then that's why I'm a little bit excited for myself. But you guys have really inspired me. And so like you've helped me a lot this year, and it's been wicked. Oh,
you've helped us too.
Yeah, totally.
Honestly, and I just said to Tom before you came, I was like, this has been the highlight of my week.
Yeah.
Really, honestly, because it's that connection.
It is all about the connection. You know what? This is really important, man. We need to keep this going. I agree.
Episode
1, episode 2 coming, guys.